everyone, it's me, Lena the Plug. Welcome to my first ever garden video. This is my first ever garden and things are going pretty well. We're having some issues, but it's okay. It's been a very enjoyable experience for me. And I have some work to do in my garden today, so I thought I could show you guys what I'm growing and do some work on it and do a harvest and show you my little contraptions I have for whatever the animal that's eating my garden is. So come along, let's go. We're gonna start with a little harvest today. I have some sort of nighttime critter that is eating a lot of my tomatoes. I got really excited to pick off this one because it's clearly the right colors, but someone got into it before me. So you guys can have it. I have 4 different types of tomatoes growing in my garden. These are called chocolate sprinkle tomatoes. They don't look like chocolate sprinkles, but once your tomato has changed color a little bit, you can take it off and counter ripen it. This is something I just learned. I was like, wait, I want it to be red, but no. If I take these out and I put them on my countertop in my kitchen, within like 2 to 3 days, they will be the color they're supposed to be and you can eat them. So you want to beat the animals to the tomato because they are also watching the tomato. Like, is that guy ready to eat? I want that guy. None of these guys are ready to be picked, but we have a couple on this side. Ah! This is like a very sad thing that just happened to me. I tried to pick one and the rest fell off. I am going to leave this in my garden so that when an animal comes to my garden to eat it, it chooses to eat the thing that I've already lost, hoping it works out that way. A lot of the animals that are eating my garden right now, they're just thirsty. They're like not eating the full tomato. They're just getting the water on the inside and just eating that. That is pretty bountiful. Look at that. So I think that's it for the chocolate sprinkles. We don't need to harvest any more of them. I'm pretty much gonna make like Persian salads all summer with these tomatoes. A lot of my strawberries are also ready, something that the rodents are attacking. I'm just gonna assume that they're rats. I don't know if it helps, but I've been like tucking the strawberries into the garden bed instead of letting them lay on the sides. Every night I come out here and I put them inside. And then every morning I come back out and take them out again. I don't know if that's psychotic or not, but these guys are not ready. I also have basil and thyme over here. I haven't been harvesting any of my herbs because I'm not ready to use them yet, and then they just flower and then they get more pollinators, which is all good. I used to not want to be around bees, and now I am like, no, bees, please come to my garden and pollinate. Oh, really? Go get it. I didn't even notice I put it in there. In my garden, we have these, like, they're called lunchbox peppers. They're like sweet peppers. I've only harvested one so far. That one is not totally ready, so I'm not going to take it off. Haven't gotten anything here yet. I think the animals are beating me to them, but start off like that, then they turn a little orange, well, very orange. Here we have one of my favorite vegetables. We have Persian cucumbers right here, and then we have pickling cucumbers right over here. The nice thing about growing cucumbers is that they're so sharp and pointy that most of the animals that would eat them also don't want to touch them because I need a glove to touch this. It's very thorny. I haven't tried it yet, but at some point I'm going to try to pollinate these myself because I'm only getting like a 30% yield from these plants. A lot of the cucumbers are not getting pollinated and so they're not growing. This one got pollinated, but maybe this one didn't and it's gonna just fall off. But we planted flowers in the garden to attract bees and pollinators, but once they are bye-bye, you're supposed to deadhead them. And so I need to cut all of these off. We had like a really cool, gloomy spring here in LA, so these plants are coming out of a state of suffering. As you can see, these leaves are like very crispy. They were super moldy and then like the new ones are coming out green and these ones are probably gonna fall off. But this is my zucchini plant. I've probably had about 8 zucchinis from this plant. And right now I'm hoping that this little guy right here, check it out. I hope that she actually got pollinated. Here, I'll just knock off her flower. But if she doesn't get bigger than this, then she didn't get pollinated. But if she does get bigger than she did, I will eat her either way. That's cool with me. We have another one right over here. I planted some more zucchini on the other side from seeds, hoping those will also work out. But yeah, these plants have suffered from powdery mildew right over here, but they're like growing out of it. I had to like cut off all of these different branches. This flower is also coming back. I thought this flower was like totally dead and had to go. Oh, they're dahlias. Look at that. This plant right here is acorn squash. Pretty sad situation, if I have to be honest. Every weekend I come out and I spray neem oil on here to help with the powdery mildew. Some areas are doing better than others, but the other thing that's kind of annoying is that I don't think that they're getting pollinated at all. Like, these did not get pollinated. They're turning yellow, they're falling off. I still have time to replant this, so I'm gonna put some planting mix in my beds today, and if this doesn't start to look a lot better and get pollinated, then I'm going to throw her out and start from scratch. But I have hope that she will come back. I have a lot of the same plants in both my beds. Like, I have basil here, I have Greek basil on the inside here, more strawberries, and I have some tomatoes right here that need to be harvested. These are called Lucky Bee tomatoes. But yeah, the rest of his buddies got eaten by the animals. This plant I thought was like my saddest plant for so long. These tomatoes, I'll figure out the name right now, but like they have black spots on some of their leaves and none of my other tomato plants have that. So I thought this plant wasn't gonna do well, but as of this last week where it finally got really hot in LA, I have been able to harvest more and more tomatoes from this plant every single day. Like, I see like 20 that I can pick right now. I've been staring at these tomatoes being super green in the garden for like many weeks, and I just thought, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for me. They're not gonna happen. They're not gonna turn red. And here we are. It's also shocking to me that they don't get as big as the ones in the supermarket. They're like ready at such a small size, but also ready at such a bigger size. If you're curious about starting a garden, I highly recommend it. It's been so therapeutic. I just come out here with my headphones on the weekend, and it gives me an excuse to be outside, and I'm always looking for more excuses to be outside with a purpose. I am not certain exactly what animal is eating my garden right now, but it only happens at night, so it has to be an animal that is active at night. A possum or a rat or a raccoon. So I have bought so many different types of things that are supposed to deter them from eating your garden. This smells very strong, like mint, but also other deterrent factors. I don't know what kind of smell it is. So I'm not sure if this is working, but I have had less scraps in my garden. It could be this. It could also be this. It is a motion detected like light critter noisemaker thing. It's very annoying. But I'm still getting some things eaten, but not as much right now. I don't know if at some point they're gonna figure it out that that thing never moves and attacks them. I also sprayed my tomatoes with mint and cayenne. I don't think that really worked. And you also have to reapply it like every single time they get wet. So, not a good long-term plan. I have some more tomatoes to pick here and then we can move on. Somebody got to them before me. I'm always in a battle with my own personality because I'm really enjoying gardening, but I really cannot stand bugs. And I just went to get a strawberry, and then I realized that it had a hole in it. And then within 1 second, this like worm flew onto my hand, and I got so repulsed, and I flew back. If there is ever an infestation of anything in this garden that has to do with bugs and not critters, I am out. I am so by, like not down. I was told by a gardening expert that I need to put fertilizer, which I have here, on the roots of my plants. And after that, I am going to cover my 2 beds with vegetable planting mix. I think it just has like a bunch of different nutrients inside of manure, and it's supposed to make my garden a lot more vibrant. We're gonna see if we can bring back this acorn squash. I just found mushrooms in my garden for the first time. They're growing right underneath my Chandler strawberries. Do I take them out? Do I keep them? You see like the disgust in my face. Low-key, I'm like, ew. I've never done this before, but I have some handcrafted vegetable garden planting mix. These are heavy. Alright. There goes nothing. I'm just gonna keep doing this. I hope you enjoyed my garden. And if you have any great tips for me, please feel free to send me a message. I want to hear what you have to say, but if I totally suck at this, just don't tell me. I don't want to know. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. I'm Lena the Plug. And this is my garden.